What's going on, my friends? It just rolled 6 a.m. out here. I've been up for a couple hours this morning, putting in a little effort, getting ready to record this for you guys, hoping to add some value to you. This week we're going to talk about embracing the suck. You guys are going to get to watch another leg workout from Lauren and I. You can see some great examples of what it means to embrace the suck. But I just want to add a little bit of value to you guys and hopefully give you a little bit of encouragement as we head into this weekend. So I want to start off and say, look, everybody's got a goal. Everybody has dreams or desires that they're trying to chase. But I have a question. What are you willing to endure to get to the goal? What are you willing to give up to get to the goal? Will you give out? Will you give up your night out drinking? Will you sacrifice the meals that don't get you to the goal? Will you wake up 2 hours earlier so that you can knock out more phone calls or DMs so that you can be a step ahead of the other guys that you're trying to beat, to outsell, to outpace, to out-hustle? Will you wake up a little bit earlier, do a little bit more? Will you keep pushing when it starts to suck? That's my question. Will you keep pushing when it starts to suck? That's where everybody starts to lose. They start to grind for their business. They start to build this concept in their mind, and they're buying an LLC, and they're designing a logo, and they're getting t-shirts made, and they're doing all these things. But then they get their first payroll bill, or they get their first expenses, and they're like, boom, what is going on? This sucks. I'm not prepared for this. I don't have enough money. How am I gonna make it? And then they falter out. But are you gonna keep pushing through when it sucks? You know, I always had an admiration for boxers like Muhammad Ali and Iron Mike because they're fierce competitors, right? They train and commit themselves to this goal and to this event, this match for months, for years at a time, and they eat and they train according to the goal. As a bodybuilder, that was so relatable for me. So I always had such a connection with these boxers. As I've gotten older, I've gotten a little bit more into the boxing thing. You guys have seen some of that in the videos. I'm actually getting into sparring and stuff here soon with Dustin. So kind of taking that to the next level. I've just always had that admiration, I guess you'll say, for Ali and Iron Mike. But part of the reason why Mike Tyson said, you know, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. That's the same thing I just told you. You got a plan for your business. You got an idea. You got a concept. You got a dream. You got a goal. But then you get punched in the mouth by reality. Or maybe it's your fitness goal. Maybe you've lost 10 pounds and you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. Your diet's working well. Then you go on vacation with your family. You get punched in the mouth because it's not easy. It sucks to diet when you're still doing fun things with somebody else. It sucks to stay committed to the goal even when other people around you aren't doing it. But are you willing to give up the easy times now for the long-term vision? You know, life is like a boxing match. So that's why I bring up Tyson and Ali, because you're gonna get hit. Do you give up and forget the plan? Do you get hit one time and then give up on hitting him? Do you give up on winning the match because you got hit one time, or do you take the hit and you keep on going? Do you fall over every time you get hit, or do you take it, you learn to dip, you avoid the next one, then you strike back? I'm telling you, life is like a boxing match. You're gonna get hit, you're gonna dodge some, you're gonna get hit again. You're gonna think you dodged one, you're gonna get hit from the left and you had no idea it was coming. The key is to keep moving forward even when you get hit. I'm telling you guys, I've been hit over and over again in life. I've been through every hurdle and obstacle you can imagine in life. I got arrested for the first time at 16 years old. You know, I had a set of twin brothers that passed away at birth when we were very young. Obviously, Jesse passed away a couple years ago. I've quit a 6-figure job. I've had a girlfriend, Lauren, who now, you know, we're back together, but there's a point in time when Lauren broke my heart and I didn't know that I was ever gonna love somebody again. I totaled my car drunk driving as a teenager. I've been fired from jobs. I've committed everything I had mentally and physically to bodybuilding and still got my ass kicked over and over again. I moved across the country dead ass broke with absolutely nothing going, lived in the truck for a month, trying to make things happen. I've been through it all, but I promise you, I always kept it moving forward.
What's up, guys? We're out here at the Office Gym, Lake Wiley, South Carolina. Lauren and I are about to get legs in. We're gonna talk to you a little bit today about embracing the suck, okay? So I figured there wasn't a better workout than leg day. You know she's gonna hate it, but we're gonna get it done anyway. I've been warming up on this bag a little bit. Lauren's on the treadmill right now. We're gonna get after it. We're gonna put everything on the screen as far as the workout that we do so you guys can hang with us at home. We're gonna get after it. All right, guys, so we're gonna start with a little hip warm up. Lauren's not the biggest fan of, I call good girl, bad girl. You may know it as hip abduction, hip adduction. So here you'll see Lauren doing a hip abduction, or bad girl because she's opening her legs, as you'll see. So she's gonna lean forward and hit 2 different angles, you'll see. Start to activate different parts of her glutes. We're gonna warm up. Obviously, we're gonna move a little bit of weight doing legs, so you don't wanna jump straight into it. That's what we're gonna do to get started. I used to hate this machine at Gold's Gym, a little secret, a little backstory, I guess. So I would sit at my desk here, okay, at Gold's Gym, and I would look to my left, and straight to my left, you would see this machine open up. So every day I'm sitting there, look to the left, you just see old man ball sack or something, just straight spread eagle every single day. I used to hate sitting and looking at this machine all day long. In case you're wondering, this is good girl because we close our legs, by the way.
I always kept my eye on the prize and not these temporary struggles, and now I'll tell you, that's where this self-belief is crucial. That's, again, something my mom instilled in me as a child. This never-ending belief in myself and my abilities to create. I always have known I'm headed for greatness and doing great things, and so all these little things in the moment didn't matter to me because I knew that in the long run we were gonna get to the goal. That's, something that I've had to constantly remind myself of. Every time we face any number of hurdles or obstacles in life, you have the opportunity to allow it to sink you or to allow it to adjust your vision and perspective for what you do or don't want.
Every time I ever put
Traffic
traffic
always makes me smell really bad.
Oh, where's your nipple? There it is, right there. All right, guys, so we're gonna do some squats as our first heavy movement. Lauren's gonna do a back squat. I'm gonna do a front squat so we can show you some variation. As you can see, she doesn't need a lot of weight to get activation on her glutes. She uses the pad to save her shoulders. Don't feel bad if you gotta use that. I know people talk shit about that a lot. Use it if you need to. You watch her pulsate a little bit at the bottom. Really activate the glutes. We'll go up and wait a little bit in the next few sets and get the One more thing, you'll notice both her and I take your shoes off. One thing I see so many people do is squatting in shoes with soles this thick. You're gonna fall, your form is terrible, you're not activating the same muscle groups. If you don't have flat shoes, take your shoes off, trust me. So we're gonna get into a front squat. I'm gonna lose the pad because I don't wanna use that thing on my front side. So I'm gonna make sure the bar is center. Some of y'all are gonna wanna hold your hands this way and rock underneath. I got a little bit of a limited range of motion on my shoulders, so I'm actually gonna let it just balance on my shoulders. Just use my fingers as a little bit of a balancer. You're gonna wanna stay on your heels. Biggest tip I can give you is point your toes towards the ceiling. You can sit right down into it. Notice where my toes are pointed. Eyes up, another thing, don't look at yourself. My buddy Jared, Lauren, everybody looking at themselves in the mirror like this and then fall forward. Notice if you keep your eyes up, you keep your balance up, you can stay straight up and down. Imagine it like a Smith machine. The movement stays consistent. The weight doesn't move, it stays in the same place from top to bottom. Now let's throw some weight on it and get after it.
And you guys know I'm a fitness guy, so I want to relate this to something you actually see on this video as well with the concept of a squat. Quite often people take their eyes and look at themselves in the mirror, or they look at the ground, they look down when they're doing a squat, their weight moves forward and they drop. You'll hear me talk a little bit about that. The key is to keep your eyes up and you can keep your balance. And that's a life principle right there. When you lean back on your heels and you keep your eyes up, you can keep your balance. As soon as you look down and start to lose your balance. So keep that in mind, guys. It's crucial to not look at the struggles that are at your feet right now. Zig Ziglar tells a story about 3 young boys, trying to walk on the railroad track, and they're trying to see who can balance on it the longest, right? And 2 boys try their hardest, and they just can't balance on it. They're looking at the rail, and they're looking at their feet, and they just can't do it, right? And they look over, and the 3rd boy is just walking right along like it's not an issue on the railroad track, and they're like, hey, tell us how. He says, well, your problem is you're looking at your feet right in front of you. So every time you take a step, you're stumbling over yourself. But if you focus on a point down the line, you can keep it moving. You're not stumbling over what's right in front of you because you can keep your balance because your vision is ahead of you. That concept of keeping your eyes downfield, so to speak, about what's coming next is crucial, you know? So it's led me to know that, you know, when it starts to suck, you gotta embrace it. You gotta keep your eyes down the track, right? When it sucks, that's when it's really starting to get good. You know, that's a physical principle. That's a fitness principle for me. You know, sometimes you hear guys say things like, you don't start counting reps until it hurts.
Yo, I want to tell you something right here. That's the definition of embracing the suck. I told her 5 reps, she got to 5. I said, oh, she said, I'm doing 10. That's embracing the suck. It sucks, it hurts. She doesn't want to do it, but she knows that she's growing, she pushes through it anyway. That's embracing the suck, baby. Side note, if you're training at home right now or a smaller, less equipped gym, then you should DM me. We got some online coaching options launching with the Office Gym where you can build custom workouts and nutrition plans based around where you're at. You can do it in your home, you can do it at your office, anywhere. We're gonna make it work for you. So talk to me, let's shoot a DM, let's make it happen.
Just the other day in our workout with Dustin, he asked me how many reps I did, and I looked at Jeff and I'm like, man, I have no idea how many reps I did. He said, I did all the reps. He said, I am reps. Because I don't count reps, I just know it starts to hurt, and that's when it's good, right? That's when you're growing. That's a fitness principle. When I was growing up as a fat kid, you know, I used to have to cut weight to play Pop Warner football. And since I was 8 years old, right? Since I was 8 years old, I had to lose a minimum of 20 pounds to play football with kids my age. Actually, to play football with kids that were a year older than me because I was overweight. So like I was the youngest kid on the team and often the heaviest. So how's that? But I used to have to lose 20 pounds at least. And my dad would train me, so to speak. We would do lots of treadmill work. We'd go to the YMCA and spend lots of time in the sauna. And we would sit in my garage. We had a treadmill in the garage. And I would put on the garbage bag suit and my fat boy belt. My dad would turn on the heater, or maybe it would be summertime and it'd be 90 degrees and the garage is fucking melting. And I hated this shit. I hated it sometimes. I never wanted to do it. But he would tell me, you know, Garrett, the days you don't want to do it are the days that you're going to get the most out of it. It's like, that's when you got to do it. The days that you want to give up and not do it are the days that you get the most out of it. Now look, let me step back a second. I don't have the best relationship with my father at this point in my life. And you know, we don't always agree on everything. We don't agree on many things. But I'll tell you that one thing right there, that one statement formed who I became as a man. And I hope if there's any one thing that you guys get from me in regards to fitness or growth as a whole, it's that the days that you don't want to put in the effort are the days that the effort is the most valuable for you. You got to embrace the suck. Yeah, no one likes it. No one wants to put on a garbage suit and sweat their ass off in the garage, especially at not 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. It's probably not healthy, honestly, for a young kid like that. It sucks. But the days you don't want to do it are the days you're getting the most out of it. The pain, the heartache, the struggle, the grind you're putting in now, the effort you're putting in now is preparing you for what's to come. It's shaping you, it's training you, it's preparing you mentally, physically, and emotionally for the things that you're trying to obtain in life. For the vision that you have down the line, you have to first go through this to be prepared.
Those last 2 reps were for the suck, because I did not want to do it. But I couldn't let her outshine me, so I had to get it done. All right, guys, so next up, we're gonna hit a seated leg extension. Pretty self-explanatory. Most gyms have this machine. You're gonna sit down, extend using your quadriceps, keep your core tight, use your hands to balance, or don't if you wanna use more core activation. Squeeze it at the top. Oh, see, even I need my balance there to squeeze it all the way to the top. Whew. You can see it nice and bricked up from the squats we just hit. Whew. Ah. Then we're gonna jump over here where Lauren's at. We're gonna do a lying kickback. She's gonna activate her hamstring glute tie-in right here.
Do you do both legs at the same time or one at a time?
One at a time.
I do too.
Yeah.
I see a lot of girls do both.
Some girls do 2 at a time, but I prefer to focus on you, so like keep your core tight. And plus, I look like a fucking jackass on here. Spread eagle. You're not gonna catch me out here like that. You see some girls laid out on the bench with the Smith machine behind them, pressing the fucking thing up. I'm like, bro, do squats. All your little foo-foo bullshit don't compare to the squats, don't compare to the deadlifts and the heavy ass weight. You can ask her that. All the bands, all the classes in the world just can't touch what some heavy ass weight can do for you. Ain't that right?
That's true.
So the reason why, she just asked why I was standing. I'll show you with this leg. So the reason why she said that, because she was doing it like this. Most people are gonna put one knee down and go here. I actually like to keep my leg planted because I can keep a little activation on my other glute. I have a very flat ass. I can't get it to grow.
No, that gives you too much, Justin.
You're really trying to do me like
Pull
that.
it down.
See, the legs are too big to make that happen, you see. Got a flat ass, so what I'm trying to do is activate both glutes so that we can keep working.
The universe is conspiring to give you all the tools and weapons needed to create the life of your dreams so that you can have, be, and do any and everything that you want in life. So the next time you start to face a difficult situation, remember, it's absolutely needed to get to the goal. It's needed. It's something I have to remind my people of all the time. What you're going through right now sucks, but it is needed to prepare you for the next level. You have to remember that it's not about the level that you're on right now, it's about the next level and about the level after that. Sometimes you're learning a lesson right now that you're not gonna implement for another 3 levels in your life. But I guarantee you, you're going to find a point in time where you're like, oh wow, I learned this at this time. And without learning that, I don't know if I would be able to do this. I tell you, the things that I'm doing right now for businesses are incredible, right? But they're things that I learned and mastered years ago. At this point, I used to sell gym memberships for about $20 commission, right? Per membership that I sold. Then I stepped back, took everything I learned over those years, all the leadership, all the management tactics, all the sales and marketing. I built my own little business out of my skill set. Now I'm turning around and we're able to make 6-figure clients out of gyms where we can do the same thing that I've been doing, same things I've been learning over the years. All the heartache, all the struggle, all the headache I had with my bosses at Gold's Gym, all the guys that pushed me more than I want to be pushed and set goals higher than they should have set for me to hit as far as sales numbers, and I still smashed them anyway. All those times were preparing me for right now. And I can say that with confidence. And I knew that. That's the one thing that I can say I'm confident in. I knew where we were going the whole time. I've always had that confidence and that self-belief to know where we're headed. And I hope that you guys can begin to find that yourselves, because once you do, the uncertainty of your life goes away. You know where you're going.
All right, guys, so we're gonna start the decline of our workout, get a little bit lighter weight, more reps again. So here, this is a terrible machine that is great for you. You're gonna get a lower back extension. If you come around this side a little bit, you'll see it. Just give me 3 reps. You'll see her lower back engage, the top of her glute. It's gonna give that pop right there. That's what, especially all you girls want. You want that pop right there. You wanna make sure you hit this machine, keep your core tight. You'll see her balance it a little bit at the top and squeeze right there. All right, then she's gonna drop it. She's gonna jump over here to this machine right next door. Most gyms, unfortunately, don't have this machine. I grew up in gyms that did not. So we would get a barbell, lay it across. This is a little bit easier. So she'll kind of sit down and essentially buckle in. And then she's gonna bring the weight onto her hips and do a hip thrust, okay? Really great glute activation. Again, get that tie and make that bubble butt, okay? You know, some people ask me why I don't do a lot of weight on this machine. It's simple. Lauren weighs about 120 pounds, and so I only need to practice with game weight, you know what I'm saying? I'm a comedian, baby. It's going on YouTube. She can't stop me.
I guarantee you that if you trace any good situation, whatever goal it is that you've attained, right? If you trace back something that you love and thankful for far enough, you'll find the one bad event, the quote unquote bad thing, that absolutely 100% unequivocally had to happen in order to get you where you are right now. I've got 3 notable ones in my life I can think of off the top of my head, and I'll just touch on them briefly. Okay, the first one, and probably the most notable one, is the loss of my brother, right? So when Jesse passed away, I was an immature, selfish, cocky, conceited little boy at 21 years old, right? And then my younger brother at 18 passed away, and some level of adulthood and reality of the world was thrust upon my life. But that heartache and that pain formed the strength that became the foundation of not only myself, but the people around me, my team around me, my family around me, for all of us to build strength back from, right? So I'll leave that one at that. To move to the next one real quick, and this is the entrepreneur side of me. I always want to share these details because I know that any of you guys listening to this that are earlier on in your journey, you might be questioning yourself. You might try some business venture and it fails. Listen, I had a very successful venture, scaling one of my close friends' businesses. I got an offer to step out on my own and do it. It ends up backfiring, big headache. I get charged with a felony charge.
If you don't follow my man, go follow him because we're about to get Dustin to 1 million followers here soon. Just want you to know, I don't care what nobody says on Instagram, he's the first guy I've seen wear a crop top, so let him have his shine. All right, guys, so you see, we're gonna do a straight leg deadlift, then we're gonna superset with some body weight lunges. So you'll see her keep her body straight. She's gonna break at her hips, not at the knees. Keeping her core tight as she comes up, you see it engage. Weight stay steady and slow, not swinging the weight. You'll see her butt squeeze at the bottom right there. Nice little shelf, really get that pop. We're gonna do as many reps as you can, superset with lunges, 15, 20 reps in place. We're gonna finish out strong, wearing out on energy.
Which is a bullshit charge, ends up getting dropped, and a violation of contract, and my business goes under, and we have no idea what's going on. Me and my partner Brad, and it felt like the whole world was ending, and I actually, for a short period of time, struggled with depression because I didn't know. I thought that this was my value in life. I thought this is where I was headed, and now I'm gonna fail as an entrepreneur, and now what am I gonna do? Go sell gym memberships again? And so then I started fitness again, right? I got into a bodybuilding show, I realigned my mind, realigned my life, and then I ended up in LA. Without my business failing, I would not have wound up in Los Angeles. I would not have gotten involved in the cannabis industry the way that I have. I would not be financially in the position that I am right now. None of those things would have happened without that business failing. What I thought I wanted was that business to grow. What I really needed was that business to fail so that I could learn the lessons it takes to get me to the goal. I had to embrace the suck, right? And the last shitty situation that is always a good one that I wanted to share with you guys is the passing of my dog Luck. When I first moved to LA, I was very lonely. Me and Brad had kind of split ways, there was some disagreements, and I didn't really have any friends yet. And so I bought a French Bulldog Luck, and he was my best friend. He went literally everywhere with me on every trip I went on. He got on the plane more than most of y'all may have, And so he was a great dog. He was my best friend while I was in LA. And then I come home for Jesse's birthday, 2019. I take Kaylee Grace to Carowinds Amusement Park and come home, and my dog Luck had fell in the pool with my parents and died, right? And it was very sad, very, very difficult. But in that moment, my mom had called Lauren because she knew that Lauren was the only one that I emotionally ever connected with. So Lauren had dropped her whole world to come console me, right, in this moment. And then I realized that day, literally in that moment, her and my mom were at my house crying, and I'm hugging Lauren, and I'm like, I love this woman and I have to be with her. I'm not even at that moment, I'm not even sad and crying about the dog. I'm like, I love this woman. She's here because she loves me and we need to be together. And so I tell Lauren and I tell my mom and everybody that, Luck passing, the dog passing away was the luckiest thing that could have happened. He was named Luck for a reason, because 30 days later after the dog died, I asked Lauren to be my girlfriend again. And the rest is history, I'm gonna marry that woman next year. So bad situations are only bad if you look at it in the current perspective. If you're looking at your feet, it's gonna stumble you, but if you keep your eyes down the track, you'll find that it's actually a good situation coming. I say this all the time, there are no bad things, just good things in the process.
So on that note, we're done with legs. I need to do something, I know she does too. So I want you to give this workout a try. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment, shoot me a DM on Instagram, YouTube, you know how to find me. Also, hope you get some value from this. Embrace the suck. I just want to remind you guys, when it sucks is when you're growing. When you're growing, you're getting better. So keep getting after this, guys. Next week, we're gonna have some content from Colorado. We're going on a little day trip, all of this together. Weekend trip, actually. More than just one day this time, so we have lots of content for you guys. So until next week, Lauren, you got anything?
We're out.
We're out.
I'm out.
There are no bad things happening to you. These are only good things in the process. These are lessons being taught to you right now to prepare you for the good things that are coming. These are not bad things right now. The quote unquote bad things you're facing right now only more clearly define what we do want and increase your desire and vibrational energy for the achievement of whatever good thing it is that you're chasing, whatever you do want. So anytime you find something that you don't want, you face a situation that is, you're like, wow, this is not what I want, this is not what I expected, this is not what I'm working towards, embrace the suck. Say, awesome, okay, cool. This is helping me clearly define what I don't want, which boom, shifts my attention, my focus to what I do want, and now I'm pushing even harder. My vibrational energy is even stronger to move forward. So embrace the suck, guys. When it starts to get difficult, I start to get excited, and I want you to as well. I'm telling you, it's just not just me, guys. Don't just take my word for it. You know, there's people that I have mentored, guys, that we have grown together, that can speak clearly for this mindset. Brad driving across the country with his girlfriend, moving to the East Coast now again, right? Car blows up, 2018, 48,000 miles, engine blows up halfway across the country. Brad calls me, says, man, Garrett, I got great news. We're about to get a new engine. I'm gonna leave you guys on that one for embracing the suck, okay? So just keep in mind, guys, if it's bad right now, something huge is coming, all right? So for now, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys get some value from this. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave us a comment. Please like, share, subscribe to this. We're trying to get this value out to as many people as possible. If you have any level of value added to you, please do me a favor, do Lauren a favor, and share this so that we can help other people find the same things. But until next week, guys, I'm out.